Hi there, everybody. Yep, you're in the right place. It's the 28th annual MoNA Art Auction. My name is Pat Cashman. I'll be your MC tonight. Too bad for you, good for me. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. We have 37 pieces of art we're going to auction off tonight virtually. And by the way, along the way, we'll also have a special Fund the Future for the Future paddle race. More about that coming up. Again, my name is Pat Cashman. For many years, I was part of a TV show called Almost Live until that show was canceled. And then I was on Bill Nye the Science Guy, the Disney program, ran for many years until that was sacked. And then I hosted a number of radio programs in the Northwest. All of those got canceled. And I was the male lead in Hello, Dolly at the Fifth Avenue Theater. And then they closed that show. So I guess what I'm saying tonight is that you're sure lucky to have me available as your MC tonight. I was able to, to carve out a little time. Again, this is the 28th annual, and it's a little different than the preceding 27th in that this is virtual. We have this new normal that we're all living in, but normal never seemed a part of the art world, to me anyway, because it's always about creativity, exploration, using the imagination to create art that is different and new. And that certainly defines Pacific Northwest art and has for a long time. We hope that you have all gotten your work together and you've gotten online and seen how this works. We'll re-explain it along the way. But we most notably want to make sure that you're not a robot. If you are a robot, please leave the room right now. See, a number of them are departing. Boy, that's a lot of robots. I didn't realize we had that big of an assembly tonight. Okay, for all of you non-robots that are remaining, we're about to get underway. And this is going to be fun. It's virtual. You don't have to buy tickets this year. You don't have to find parking. A lot of people used to park as far away as Bellingham to come to this event. And Larry over there used to go to Linden to park. That's a long walk, isn't it, Larry? Yeah, you don't have to dress up tonight. Wish I had gotten the memo. And you also don't have to tip the bartender, which is really good news, except, of course, for the bartender. So we're going to get underway right now. MoNA reopened their galleries, as you may know, about a week ago, and we're all looking forward to the Barn Show exhibition coming up soon as well. We've got 37 pieces of art to dish off tonight, and we hope you'll bid and bid strenuously tonight as I introduce you now to our auctioneer. He's a good friend of mine, Ian Lindsay, an old pal that I have known for, oh my gosh, it goes way back to I think Tuesday of last week. Yeah, so it seems like 10 days I've known him. That's how big a pal he is of mine now. Would you welcome, please, tonight's auctioneer, Ian Lindsay. Take it away, Ian.
Pat, thank you so much. It is truly an honor to get to help with the Museum of Northwest Art auction. And it's so wonderful to see those of you who maybe are watching via the YouTube live stream, and hopefully that's all of you because that's where this event is happening. You can see that there are 83, 84 screens that are currently logged in to our gala, which we assume that there are probably two of you together at minimum at each of those screens, which means that we are over 160 of us gathered all together to support the Museum of Northwest Art. And so welcome everyone. Thank you for being here to support MoNA. As always, there are an incredible group of sponsors who have made it possible for us to gather all together this evening. And we really want to thank our sponsors specifically. So if you could give a virtual warm round of applause, and you can do it right in the chat. Like Kathleen says, so excited. You can type words, or you can put emojis, or you can put the thumbs up or whatever. So give some virtual thumbs up and love to our incredible sponsors. We want to thank U.S. Bank for sure, because they are so generous. Trico, Smith & Valley, thank you. Mosseri Construction and Burlington Freeway Storage, thank you so much. Steve, it's so wonderful to see you. Thank you. And Scott Milo Gallery, thank you. We want to thank Harbor Mountain Development. Thank you so much. And to Dakota Art Pastels, thank you. To Studio Edison and Interpreting Technology. And Carrie Allen, thank you. We want to thank Lanny Bergner. Thank you so much for being a sponsor. Richard and Sherry Nash, thank you. And we want to thank the LaConner Weekly News and, of course, Nell Thorne, our good friends down the street. So thank you all so much to our sponsors. And, this is a little bit different of an event. Of course, we wish we were all gathered together under the tent. And here we are gathered all together here. And I can see, just in case you're wondering, sponsors, people are giving you lots of applause. Like Joan's clapping, and Catherine is saying good evening, and Joanna is clapping and saying good evening, and Kathleen says, we love you so much, all one word. So Christopher Matthey, thank you, and clapping back to you, one of our incredible artists this evening. So if this is your first time coming to a virtual event, just a couple of quick, hopefully helpful pieces of information. One, the live auction is already open, and that's a little different. People are already making bids in the live auction, and now is a great time to be making a bid in the live auction. So you can see there are our first group of live auction items, which is items 1 through 6, and the live auction will work just a little differently this evening. It will work in groups, which I'll explain a little bit more in a moment, but you can see that people are already bidding. So please make sure you're logged into Greater Giving so that you can make a bid on one of the live auction pieces or make a donation when we get to Fund the Future for the Future, which will happen after the live auction. So again, a little different. We're going to do our whole live auction, and then we'll do the Fund the Future for the Future. So please do that. I want to give you one little special insider trick for making sure that you are the top bidder on live auction items. It is this. In Greater Giving, there is the option to do the bid more. It's a blue button. It says bid more. You can put your maximum bid, and then the computer will bid for you up to that maximum bid, which means right at the last moment when we're closing down your favorite live auction item, the computer will be sneakily bidding for you against others who have to actually use their physical hands to make bids. So if you'd like to help yourself be the top bidder, make one of those bid more bids. And then one other just quick thing we want to remind people, as always, we are so grateful for your 10% underwriting support. That 10% premium will be on all live and silent purchases, not on Fund the Future contributions. So thank you so much for that. And now that we've done all of the business, which is, very important, but not the most fun part, we just wanted to invite you to all tell us what you're having at home. If you're having something delicious to eat or drink at your house, would you put it into the chat and maybe even do it with an emoji? You could just drop an emoji into the chat that tells us what you're having at your house, because honestly, Pat and I are just here, in this virtual space, wishing that we were having something delicious with you. And now, as you do that, at the Museum of Northwest Art, they're having pizza. I'm really jealous. And Jackie's having ceviche and rosé. Well, that's fancy. One of our board members, thank you, Jackie, and she's been so helpful to put this event on. I'd like to bring back our MC for the evening. Thank you for letting me give all the details. And thank you, Candace. Oh, pizza and red wine, we're coming later. Would you please welcome back our MC? Here he is, Pat Cashman.
Where exactly is the camera? Is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. Actually, Ian, I'm having a little bit of a meal. I'm enjoying beanie weenies and kale. Sorry, I didn't even know where the camera was. If I seem a little bit out of it, ladies and gentlemen, it's because I don't know how many of you travel much, but if you've ever experienced jet lag, I think that's what's happening to me right now, because I just flew in from Wenatchee yesterday, so I'm having a little trouble getting my footing here. And then, to make things worse, I went to the Space Needle last night and tipped back a few. I think when you're at the Space Needle that you've had one too many, because the room stops spinning. That's a tip-off and a word to the wise. Well, you know, we are very, very lucky for lots of reasons. But when we can get a pair of honorary hosts like the ones I'm about to introduce you to, MoNA's doing something right, because these people are big supporters. First of all, Mr. Tom Robbins, who very well-known novelist, lives in La Conner with his wife. And before I say his wife's name, I would urge you all, if you have one of those echo devices, you might want to turn it off right now, or all havoc is going to break loose, because her name is Alexa Robbins. Sounds like you turned them off. Good. Here is Tom and Alexa, this year's honorary hosts.
Well, here we are, and thank you for coming. You know, in this time of our great nationwide distress, it's hard to find a gym that will allow us in. But I just finished a workout, and I want to say that art is a workout for the senses. It helps build the soul. So you're here tonight, and you're going to be better people for it.
Yeah, and these are such tough times for everybody. I mean, everyone's struggling. This is a new world, and I think we really need art and our artists more than ever. They're always our guideposts and give us that direction to where we can go as human beings. And I just really hope that you all raise your virtual paddles tonight and really help our wonderful museum to thrive going forward. We really need beauty, and we really need art as we go into this unknown future. So thank you so much. We are really grateful that you're participating with us tonight.
And you all look so good.
Yeah, and so do you. Thank you guys so much, you two, for being our honorary hosts this evening for this very august event. You know, they say, somebody said, that all the world is a stage. If that is the case, where is the audience sitting right now? I think most of you are sitting right in front of your computers. Perhaps you're at home, maybe you're at work, maybe you're in your car. Wherever you are, welcome. We are delighted you are here tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be brisk. We respect your time, so we won't tarry for very long. But before we get fully underway, we have someone pretty special here at MoNA. She is the executive director, in fact, of the Museum of Northwest Art, and her name is Joanna Sykes. I'm sure many of you know her well. Joanna is a bit of an icon herself, just like a piece of our own ambulatory art, if you will. We have her at the helm, and we're very lucky. Joanna, the floor.
Thank you, Ian and Pat. And welcome to everyone. Here we go. This is our big night. You know, MoNA has been working really hard, and through the support of the Board of Trustees, we're all now coming together. The staff and I are very privileged to be with the museum at this important time. So tonight, we have the new normal, as Pat has mentioned. We have an online auction. But the great thing about that, this is the time to think forward. And maybe this format makes us feel that way. And it is pretty easy to use, so please don't let that stand in your way. So I just wanted to thank again all of you, our volunteers, anybody who helps, people who help hang the shows, the docents, and everyone who helps us move forward. But tonight we need you more than ever. So please join us, bid and bid often, and make sure that we can go forward in our current sustainable state. Wishing you all good luck tonight. I hope you win what you want. We're here for you. So have a great time. Bye.
Thank you, dear Joanna and Joanne. And now we are going to, I think we're going to have some fun before the real fun begins, because it's game time. Ian, what do you got?
We have games, Pat, because this is a party, and this is, we're going to have fun. And here is how this game is going to work. We are going to show you an emoji right here in our live stream. And the first person who gets that emoji into the chat is going to win a $10 gift card to the MoNA gift shop. So, yeah, it's free money, which is an unusual thing. So,
These days, you bet.
exactly.
Now, can Joanna win?
Joanna is precluded from winning, as
Oh,
are
okay.
any other direct employees of MoNA. It's, state, federal, it's a rule. Somewhere it's a rule.
Okay.
So everybody else, though, you're in. So here we go. We're going to play a game we're going to call Paint the Night. And if you'd like to win a $10 gift card to the MoNA gift shop, just be the first person here. Check this out. Be the first person to find the emoji and put it into our chat. Who will be the fastest? Oh, and it's so apropos. I love it. All right, first person who can get the artist's what is that called? That's called it's called a palette. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. Yes, the first person who can get the artist palette into the
Looks
chat.
like the side view of a
Here,
football
okay.
company.
Whoop, Daniel! Daniel is our winner. That was so fast. Congratulations, Daniel. That's $10 to the MoNA gift shop. And I want to let everybody know that we will be playing this game throughout the evening, and the prizes will get progressively larger. So you might want to find those emojis. They're right down below where you type in words. Okay, so Pat, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Okay.
Because I know there are more important things that you get to tell us about.
And again, the prizes are getting progressively larger. And if I keep eating them beanie weenies, I'm going to get progressively larger as well. But we've got something pretty special going on here at MoNA. And we are honored to present the Barn Show. A lot of you know about it. It commemorates the annual art shows that are held at the Reams Farm on Fur Island. And Fur Island is not too far from here. This has been going on since 1987, has the Barn Show. It's an exhibition, this time curated by Susan Park, who is the guest curator, director, emeritus. Let's watch this video and you're going to learn a little bit more about it.
Hello, and welcome to a preview of the Museum of Northwest Art's latest exhibition, The Barn Show, 1987 to 2003. In the 1980s, Levon Newell Reams' 1910 Heritage Barn was remodeled to create 2 floors of art galleries. And in 1985, John Simon organized an art display in the Wolf Building titled Summer Harvest that would become the model for the later barn shows. Starting in November 1987, the barn shows became an annual event. Openings were scheduled on the weekend closest to Levon's birthday, November 20th, a birth date she shared with Guy Anderson. John Simon organized a group of diverse artists that came together year after year and drew crowds from the Canadian border all the way to Portland. The shows became a Skagit Valley happening. The goal of the Barn Show is to exhibit and celebrate the work of the Northwest artists who exhibited at the barn shows, and to allow the wider world to experience the camaraderie and magic the barn shows brought to the Skagit Valley. Now, here's a word from the exhibition's curator, Susan Park.
Levon Newell's barn, which was also John Simon's home and studio, was the site of an extraordinary annual art event in the valley. The field next door turned into an often muddy parking lot. The barn was jam-packed with art and artists, friends and patrons, marvelous food and conversation, and fine art. It was so popular that after 17 years, the fire marshal decreed it was to be no more. I went to my first barn show in 1990, weeks after joining the then Valley Museum as its director. Coming from the Midwest art world, I was struck by the congeniality of the artists. They were friends. They supported each other's work. No open competition. The memories of these events are preserved in the new book, The Barn Show, 1987 to 2003, by Levon Newell Ream and Kathy Pearson Stevens. I feel honored to bring the Barn Show to MoNA, a recreation of the much-loved community event, albeit without rain, the creaky floors, the narrow stairs, and Dick and Levon's marvelous garden.
Thank you, Susan, and thank you for supporting the Museum of Northwest Art and our mission. We hope to see you in the gallery soon.
Thank you so much, Susan. I know many people are giving you some congratulations for your great work in the chat. and I just want to add my own. So our live auction is going to begin in just a moment. And as I already mentioned, it's a little different this year, and I want to just give one more explanation about how it's going to work, because once it starts, it is going to happen very quickly. We are going to make it through 37 live auction items in approximately 20 minutes. So if you want one of the amazing pieces of art in the live auction, you've got to be pretty sharp and fast, which I know all of the incredible MoNA supporters are. And I just want to point out that there are 100 screens currently watching and being part of our gala, which we figure is over 200 of us gathered together. So thank you all for being here. So here's how the live auction works. As I mentioned, it's going to happen in sections. There will be 6 sections of live auction items, and all of the items in each section will be sold simultaneously. So section number 1 includes items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and you can see them here. And this is just an example. We're not closing this first section yet, but it will sound like this. I'll say, okay, our first section is about to close and you have 1 minute to go. And you can see that the Dale Chihuli's at $2,500 and Alfredo's piece is at $660 and Lisa's is at $1,400. And now you have 20 seconds to go. Make your final bid. And then I will count down, and at the end, I will sell all 6 pieces at the same time. So if you want something in the live auction, now would be a really great time to make a bid. While you are doing that, I'm going to turn it back over to Pat, who has some more important things that he gets to talk to you about. But our live auction is going to start momentarily.
Thanks, Ian. You know, they say charity begins at home. And since you all are at home, we're about to begin. As Ian said, we want you to be really sharp, and really fast. Yeah, we need to be sharp and that other thing I just said. So we're going to get underway in a moment. Before we do, though, I want to introduce you to one of the artists, the many great artists you're going to see more of and bid on their works tonight. And this one is a terrific gentleman and a great artist, Leo Osborne. He graduated from the New England School of Art, and he has a beautiful piece. In fact, it's number 5 in this upcoming section. Here he is.
Hi, I'm Leo Osborne, and behind me is my painting titled 9, which is represented by the 9 gold leaf abstract birds flying around the torso of a goddess. I'm excited to have this painting at MoNA's auction this year, of which I've been participating in since the museum opened. And the fact that this piece was a favorite piece when years ago we had the director and many of the docents come from the museum, and they loved this painting. So I'm really anxious to see the response that it will have with the public this year in the auction. The other thing that excites me about MoNA right now is the Barn Show. It's a magnificent exhibition from the Barn Show series that were held at Levon Newell's property on Fur Island. And there's so many wonderful works in that exhibition from so many of our Skagit artists. I really hope that somehow the museum can open for the public to get in and really see the magnificent work that's contained within this show.
Beautifully said, Leo. Thank you very much. I think that sets the stage for us, and all the world is a stage, and particularly the one that we're on right now. Are we ready to get underway with our very first group, Ian? It's important that you're ready because you're the auctioneer. You ready to go?
This is honestly the reason. I mean, I've been thinking about this since we met, a long time ago.
Tuesday. Last
Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because I'll be honest, in March when the world flipped itself upside down, I thought maybe we weren't going to be doing live auctions in the coming months. Yeah. And here we are doing it, so it is pretty exciting. And I just want to say, Pat, that there are over 200 people gathered together. The numbers keep going up. People are joining the gala, which is sort of nice. You can come and so if you're just arriving, you've arrived just as the live auction is getting underway, and we are going to start with our first group of live auction items. That's items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And Pat, could you tell us the incredible art and artists that is in this first group?
You know what? That would be a sublime pleasure for me to do, Ian. Here we go. First of all, you may have heard of this fellow, Dale Chihuly, internationally known glass artist. He's the founder of the Pilchuck Glass School in Stanwood. You know that. John Franklin Koning achieved acclaim in Paris and the U.S. He's in this group. Alfredo Arreguin received the Governor of Washington's Arts Award. Hart James, she is an artist in residence at the Morris Graves Foundation. And the aforementioned and aforeseen Leo Osborne, the graduate of the New England School of Art. And then finally, Lisa McShane. She's displayed in the Governor's Mansion in Olympia. Those are the 6 in group number 1. Ian, take it away.
Okay, here we go. So this is your first opportunity, so I won't go too fast, but I'm gonna go pretty fast. So if you would like to make a bid in our first group of live auction items, you have 2 minutes remaining, which means that now would be a very good time. And I can see that the Dale Chihuly is up at $2,950 and Alfredo's piece is at $780, which is, amazing. We've got Leo's pieces at $1,500 and Lisa's is at $1,400. Now would be a very good, yes? Are you bidding, Pat, quickly, I hope?
No, I'm exclaiming how fantastic that is.
I know. So you only have 90 seconds to go, which means now would be a very good time. I want to remind you that you can use that bid more function in Greater Giving, and the sneaky robots inside Greater Giving will actually bid for you right at the last moment. Because from experience, I can tell you that there are some last sneaky bids that happen right then as we close. Dale Chihuly is up at $3,400, and Alfredo's is at $780. Leo's is at $1,500 and Lisa's is up to $1,500, and you've got 1 minute to go. This is your final opportunity to make a bid on items 1 through 6. The Dale Chihuly, the John Franklin, the Alfredo, the Hart James, Leo Osborne, Lisa McShane. You've got only 45 seconds to go. We've got $3,400. You could have a Dale Chihuly for under $4,000, which, I just want to point that out. Alfredo's piece is up at $900. You've got a chance to make a bid. You've got about 30 seconds to go. Lisa's is at $1,500 and Leo's is at $1,500. If you'd like to make one more bid, now would be a very good time. We can see that people are quickly doing their last bids. You've got 10 seconds remaining. $1,500 on Lisa's and Leo's. They're neck and neck. We'll see what happens. $4,000 on the Dale Chihuly. You still have time. You've got about 10 seconds remaining. Did I already say that? I can make up whatever I want. You've got 10 seconds on Alfredo's. Now you've got 5. Very last chance to make a bid in our first group of live auction items. 4, you still have time to use your thumbs. $4,600 on Dale Chihuly's piece. 15 on Leo and Lisa's. You've got 3 seconds to go, but that's still enough time to make one more bid, or you can bid on your computer. Now 2, 1, and sold!
Yes!
Wow, did you win one?
Fantastic.
Did you get one? Maybe.
That is great. Man, that was exciting. That was thrilling. Good use of your thumbs, everybody. I had to use my thumb earlier tonight because I stupidly parked in Wenatchee. Ian knows about that. It's a long walk, but here I am, and it was worth it because what a way to start this auction.
Totally. And Pat, before we go to the second group of live auction items, we want to give away more prizes.
We do?
We don't, but we're going to.
They're getting bigger and bigger, right? These prizes?
Yes, so now the person who is the third person to get the appropriate emoji into the chat gets a $25 gift card to the MoNA gift shop.
Oh, get out of here. That's incredible.
Well, I can't.
That's like 2.5 times the first prize.
That's exactly right. Okay, so if you want $25 to the gift shop, just be the third person to get this emoji into the chat. Here it is. Who will be the quickest? This is what everybody's thinking about right now. If you are having a martini, or even if you're not, see if you can get a martini emoji into the chat and be the third martini emoji to do it. Yes, Kathleen, you don't have to be drinking a martini, and in fact, if you are, it may not get there as quickly. Very James Bond is exactly right. Who's going to find it? Oh, Karen, well done, but you're the first. And I don't know who SCOCIN is, but you're the second. Well done. And the third, Randy, you are the winner of our second Paint the Night prize, $25. Congratulations to everyone. Chuck, very well done.
But really well done, my boy. All right. We are going to move on to our next group in a moment, but before we do that, I think I am right about this. We're going to get a close-up look with another artist. She was just in this preceding group, in fact. Her name is Lisa McShane. Lisa has a wonderful studio. It's on Samish Island that she produces her magnificent art in. Take a look.
Hi, and welcome to my studio. I'm Lisa McShane. I'm a painter. We're here on Samish Island today. Thank you for your support of the Museum of Northwest Art. It's one of my favorite art auctions, and every year I donate my very best painting to them. This year it's a painting called City at Dusk, and it's an image that I saw heading south out of Vancouver, British Columbia, towards Bellingham on the Amtrak train. It left the station, the railway bridge is close over the water there, and the reflection of that February light onto the water with the light from the city was magic. I like to take Amtrak to Vancouver and Seattle because traffic, but also I can sit and draw what I see out the window. And over the years, I've painted a number of images of those. In my studio today, I'm working on a painting of the Nooksack River in the fog. Painting water reflections has preoccupied me for the last year and a half, and this is my latest obsession. So thank you for visiting today, and see you at the auction.
All right, it could be the Nooksack River in the smoke today. We don't know for sure, but it's a beautiful piece. Thank you for being a part of this auction. And I think we are ready to get underway again with now what we're calling group number 2. If you're
That's absolutely, you're right.
Home.
Yes, Pat, you're right. And would you mind once again just telling us all of the artists and art that's in group number 2? And it's items 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. But you know,
yeah, I could do that. I'm kind of busy right now, but yeah, I guess I could fit that in. Let me enumerate them for you. Okay? In group number 2, Lanny Bergner in the permanent collection at the Seattle Art Museum. He is, by the way, our 2020 MoNA Philanthropy Award recipient. Eve Deischer is in the 2019 show at MoNA. Chuck Comfort has a 15-year history of exhibitions throughout the Pacific Northwest and also in California. Peter Edward Carl Belknap is donated from the Betty Black collection. Really well-known fellow in Skagit Valley. Christopher Mathey is a nominee for the Pry Art Museum James W. Ray Arts Award, and rounding out this wonderful collection, Ann Duffy with a BA degree from the UW. And there you go. That is group number 2. Ian?
Okay, well, now I think everybody kind of sees how our live auction works. Little differently, but, you know, hopefully everybody's got their greater giving login fully dialed in, and right. you can see, and there's some assistance you can see if you're wondering how to log in and make a bid. Go to mona2020.ggo.bid, click start bidding, and then put in all of your credit card information for all of your credit cards, which would be great. Here we go. If you would like to make a bid in our second round, our second group of live auction items, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you have 2 minutes to go. This is your final opportunity on the Lanny Bergner, on the Eve Deischer, on the Chuck Gumpert, on Peter Edward Carl Belknap's, on Christopher Matthews and Ann Duffy's piece. And you can see that bidding is already happening on those pieces. Lanny's piece is at 1,000, Christopher Matthews at 2,600, Ann Duffy's is at 825. People are coming in right now. If you'd like to make a bid, you have 90 seconds to go, and I do want to remind you, and I will again and again because it really is a sneaky way of doing it, do the bid more function in Greater Giving, and then you can just watch as you are bid for more, but only up to the amount that you would like to bid. You've got 1 minute to go to make a bid on items 7 through 12. And remember, this beautiful art is going to be coming to your house. And I've got to say, right now, beautiful art is something we all need more of. I mean, we always do. But I just feel like right now I really, really need more art in my life. And so you've got 30 seconds to go in the first group of live auction items. I see that Lanny's is at 1,000 and Ann Duffy's is at 825. Christopher Matthews is at 2,600. You have the opportunity to make a bid right now. It's so easy. It's like from home, have a cocktail or something and then make a bid. You've got 20 seconds remaining. This is the last opportunity in our second group of live auction items, 7 through 12, all at the same time. Christopher Matthey, Lanny Bergner, Ann Duffy, if you'd like to make a bid. Oh, and I see that somebody just came in, $17.50 on the Peter Edward Carl Belknap's piece just went up. Lanny Bergner's is still at $1,000. If you'd like, you've got 5 seconds to go. You could make a bid right now, either in your computer or on your phone, any place that you are logged into Greater Giving. You've got 4 seconds remaining. Make one final bid before the opportunity passes you by. It's too late, is what I was going to say. You've got 3 seconds to make your final bid. And now 2, 1, and sold! Our second group of live auction items is sold.
Oh
my
boy,
gosh.
it's just going wonderfully well. People, thank you for being so generous tonight. We've got more to come, so don't stop on us now. But this is terrific news. As I mentioned at the get-go, I used to be a radio guy. I had radio shows, and I'd like to call upon those skills right now to tell you the following. It is 6:38 and about 74 degrees outside. Okay. Now, let's get on with things. We're going to meet another artist right now. This is Christopher Matthey, and he was nominated for the James W. Ray Distinguished Artist Award. That's a very big award. Let's hear from Christopher right now.
Hi, this is Christopher Matthey coming to you from the Matthey Gumpert studio in Port Orchard, Washington. I was asked by the Museum of Northwest Art to make a quick video. This is a piece that I'm working on today, right now. This is not the piece that will be in the auction, but it's being arrived at in a very similar way. I paint in lots and lots of layers, color over color, line work over line work. The piece that is in the auction has a similar textural feeling. This is the palette that I'm working from today. Sorry to move so fast. Quick peek at the studio. It's a crazy and wild place. There's so many things going on in here. Sculptures in process, paintings. I like to work large. That one over there is 9 feet long. Anyway, this year's auction will be online, so it's different than before. I hope that we see you at the auction, and please support Museum of Northwest Art. Thank you.
I wish my kids' rooms looked that tidy. Thank you very much, and that's terrific work. And one of you has already gone home, or is at least in possession soon, of one of those Mattheys. So congratulations. We are going to move on now, Ian. If you are, if you're recovered from that last spirited exchange, let's see about group number 3. Are you ready for me to name them off?
Please tell us about group number 3. Now we've got this ball rolling.
Okay, let's look at these folks. Keith Sorensen, from he paints out in nature. He's an outside guy. David Shearer studied with Ansel Adams, Brett Weston, those two among the greatest American photographers. Robert Motherwell hails from Aberdeen in the New York School and was with Philip Guston, Jackson Pollock, Mark Rothko, Robert Motherwell. Jan Steensma in 1964 studio with Morris Graves. Joe Reno studied at Art Students League of New York. And finally, Margaret Ford, MFA Ceramics from the UW. And by the way, her works will be sold as a pair. It is group number 3. Ian?
Okay, well, thank you, Pat. And so for all of you watching at home, now hopefully this is all, just your old hat at this point. So I'm going to tell you that we're going to do 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. They're all going to close simultaneously. And you have, I bet you can almost guess, 2 minutes to complete your bidding. So you can see that the Keith Sorensen is already at $700, and David Shearer is at $250, and Jay Steensma is at $1,600. You have an opportunity to take home one of these incredible pieces of art. Just make a bid right now in Greater Giving. I can see that the Jay Steensma is at $1,700, the David Shearer is at $250, the Keith Sorensen's at $700. If you log in on your computer or in your phone or however you want to do it and make a bid right now, you've got 90 seconds to go. This would be a very good time to look around your house, find the empty wall space and then just imagine one of these pieces right there in that space, and then it can happen for you. So if you'd like to make a final bid on the Shearer or on the Sorensen or the Steensma, you've got just about 1 minute to go. This is your final opportunity. Bid quickly. Use, of course, the bid more function, and then you get extra help. If you're thinking about it right now, I would say don't think too hard. Just use your thumb, or if you have a mouse like this, I've got a one of these little things. You can just click on the appropriate button. Oh, here, I'll show you. It's this. This is a little mouse, and then you've got one at home probably because you're doing this. Okay, you've got 45 seconds to go. You can make one last bid in our this round of live auction items, 13 through 18. This is and the J. Steensma just went up to 1900. That means somebody who thought that they were previously going to have the J. Steensma is no longer the person who is going to have the J. Steensma. So if you want to make one more bid, now would be a very good time. You've got 20 seconds to go. Your final opportunity in this round of live auction items. Make one more bid. The Steensma's at 19. The Sorensen's at 700. David Shearer's now at 300. If you want to make one more bid, you've got 10 seconds remaining. And this is the final opportunity to take home a piece from this section. You've got 5, 4, 3, make one final bid or let the robots do it for you. 2, 1, and sold! Our group 3 items are sold.
Sold, 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 sold. Nice job, Ian. Nice job, everybody. Like Ian has said at the beginning, and it's absolutely true, this is kind of uncharted territory. You never know how well this is going to work, and it doesn't happen to work at all if people don't take part, and you are really, really doing well. Thank you, everybody. We'll move along in a moment. Hey, I want to show you and introduce you to yet another artist, Robert McCauley. We're going to hear from him. He was born and raised in Mount Vernon, and he is the chairman of the art department of Rockford College. Here is Robert McCauley.
I wanted to show you my daily commute. It's usually 4:30 in the morning, but it's a little dark for shooting film or digital. This is the studio. We're coming up on the studio, and you see some Salish carvings here, a bear and a halibut. I've worked those into the side of my studio. Coming around to the front here, and we've got lights are on this one. So, good morning, guys.
I do not know how he got all those bears to sit for those paintings. I've tried it. They're very, very troublesome. You got to keep plying them with honey and salmon, and they just won't cooperate. But he has the touch, I guess. And thank you for saying a few words, and it was fun to see your studio too. All right, Ian, it is now time for group number 4. Let me tell you the folks that are represented within it. Perfect. Andrew Galley is the co-founder of the Smith Valley Gallery in Edison, Washington. Chuck Stavig has been a MoNA supporter for over 25 years. Betsy Eby exhibited nationwide and in Santa Fe. Michael C. Spafford, professor emeritus at the UW. Elizabeth Sandvig. In 2017, she received MoNA's Luminaries Award. And Charles Lawrence Heald is in the San Francisco Museum Art Annual. That was back in 1966. Very well known in the Skagit Valley, Charles Lawrence Heald. And those are the people in auction group number 4. Ian?
Thank you so much, Pat. And I just want to point out, a lot of people were giving a lot of love to Mr. McCauley in the chat. So Candace says she's visited Robert McCauley's studio and it's amazing. And Jackie says she loves his work. And Lisa says that his surfaces are really impressive and that they're gorgeous paintings. So, I happen to know that some of those people are artists And one of the things about the MoNA auction is that artists come and they buy art. And you want to follow their lead because they really know what's really good. You know, when artists buy other artists' art, that's art that you want to buy. I just, you know, want to just say that. So we're going to dive.
Did you notice, by the way, when he entered his studio, he said, "Hello, my friends," or I mean, they're very personal to him. They're his creations, and they're part of his family.
Yeah. And the great thing is, you know, they can come and be part of your family now because, you know, that's the, so, okay, so we have to keep going, and it's my fault because I'm here talking to you. So it is time to do items 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. If you would like to make a final bid, you've got under 2 minutes to go. So this is your chance to bid on the Andrew Valley piece, on Chuck Stavig's piece, on Betsy Eby, on Michael Spafford, on the Elizabeth Sandvik, and the Charles Lawrence Heald. So I can tell you that Mr. Valley's piece, Andrew's Valley's, is at $1,000. Chuck's is at $550. Michael's is at $750. And the Charles Heald piece is at $4,000. You've got only 90 seconds to go. So if you want to make one final bid, I know you all know how this works at this point. So this is your opportunity. Bid quickly. Now you can see that in our live stream, the live stream software and the Greater Giving software is making it difficult to see what the top bid is on those lower items. But you can see what it is in your Greater Giving bidding window or on your phone. So you know if you're the person, oh, the Elizabeth Sandvik's now at 600 and the Charles Heald is at 4,000. You've got only 30 seconds remaining. Andrew Valley's at 1,000. Charles Stavig's at 650. You've got the opportunity to make one more bid on these beautiful pieces that can come home. The Chuck Stavig just went up to 650. If you thought you were the top bidder, you need to make one more bid. Michael Spafford at 750. We're at 600 on Elizabeth Sandvik's. You've got 20 seconds remaining. This is your final opportunity to make a bid in items 19, 20, 21, 22, 22, 23, and 24, our fourth group of live auction items. And I will tell you, we are quickly moving to the end of our live auction. So if you would like to buy something, now is your chance. You've got 10 seconds remaining to make a bid or to have the robots do it for you. I want to remind you, it really is a great way to be the top bidder right at the last second. You've got 5 seconds to go in this group of items. Andrew Valley, Chuck Stavig. You've got the Michael Spaffords at 850. Elizabeth Sandvik, 600. You've got Charles Lawrence Heald. And now 4, 3, 2, make one final bid quickly. 1, and sold. Our items have been sold. Congratulations.
Fantastic. On it goes really good. This is fantastic. It's great. That is the... That we're not done yet. We'll be. By the way, I mispronounced Mr. Stavig's name. I think I said Stavig. You got it right. So if Mr. Stavig is okay with it, he can call me Pat Cashman from now on, and we'll be square. Let's go on now to our next group in a moment. But before we do, we want to hear from Steve Klein. A lot of you know him very well. He's got a 30-year history of working with MoNA. And he's got collections every place, it seems, including the Museum of Glass and the Museum of California Art. Here's Steve.
Hello, my name's Steve Klein. I live and I have my studio here in LaConner, Washington. Thank you for joining me in supporting the Museum of Northwest Art. Like you, I believe in the mission of MoNA to connect people with the art, diverse culture, and the environment of the Northwest. For over 40 years, MoNA has provided education to children and youth in our region, as well as given a very strong voice to the artists. Much of my work celebrates the unique beauty in the Northwest. I hope that whoever acquires my piece, Joy of Nature, will enjoy living with it as much as I enjoyed creating it. Again, thank you very much for your generous support of the Museum of Northwest Art.
Thank you for your support, Steve, through the many, many years. His work will not be in this group, but it will be in our final group coming up. But this group is no slouch for sure. Listen to this, Ian. We have in group number 5, Charles Kraft, donated by the Great Kusara Gallery. A work by Paul Heald. He's on the faculty at Cornish, home of the Game Hens. Not really. Peter Van Zanden, a mixed media sculptor from Skagit Valley. Robert McCauley, we met him earlier, of course. He works and lives in the Skagit Valley. Joan Kirkman, a fashion illustrator and master painter for over 30 years. And finally, Meg Holgate, exhibited at the Museum of Glass in Tacoma. The Museum of Glass, a place that I am persona non grata. I'm not allowed to go in there since I always seem to break into a violent case of the hiccups every time I'm in the museum. But that is our group number 5, Ian. Your turn.
Okay, Pat, thank you. And before we sell these pieces, I want to give people just an extra moment to make a bid. People are already bidding, but we're going to play our Paint the Night game one more time. And as mentioned before, the prizes continue to get more exciting. So the prize for this round of Paint the Night is a private tour for 4 people of the barn show at MoNA. Basically, you get the whole museum for you and your 3 friends with a docent. So there will be just you, and you get to do a tour of the barn show. So if you'd like to be the person that gets the 4 private passes to see the barn show, be the first one to get the Paint the Night prize emoji into the chat. The first person to put this emoji, you know it well, and it's one of my favorites. It's a great emoji. It means so many things. Who's gonna find it and get 4 passes to do a private tour of the barn show? Thumbs up. Oh, Lucy, that's very close, but you actually have to put the emoji into the chat. I know. There it is. Steve Klein, the one and only Steve Klein, is the person who gets the private show. Oh, Steve, it's so good to see you. I hope you're well, dear sir. Okay, so Steve Klein, one of our favorite artists, is going to be doing his own tour of the barn show. Well done, Steve.
What a wacky coincidence. Okay, I just listed off everybody that's in this group, and so let's get underway.
Okay, so here we go. As you know, here's how it goes. You've got 2 minutes to go to make a bid in group number 5. That's items 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So Charles Kraft is at 520, and you can make a bid on Robert McCauley's. We're at 5,750. Make another bid. Joan Kirkman is at 1,000, and Meg Holgate's at 1,100. You've got only 90 seconds to go. I'm going to make these these groups are going to go faster and faster because now you know how the game is played. So if you want to make a bid on the McCauley, you're at 5,750. On the Charles Kraft, you're at 520. On Joan Kirkman, you're at 1,000. Meg Holgate at 1,100. You can make one more bid. You've only got 1 minute to go. If you'd like to make a bid, this is your final opportunity. And make sure you bid quickly. If you need to have a conversation with somebody else that you live with about where the piece of art is going to live in your home, have it very quickly because you only have 45 seconds to go. This is your last opportunity to make a bid in our 5th group of live auction items. I want to remind you there's only one live auction group left. Only the final items are after this. So if you're hoping to buy something, now's the chance. You've got only 20 seconds remaining, and the Charles Kraft is at 520. Paul Heel, Peter Van Zanden, Robert McCauley at 5,750, Joan Kirkman at 1,000, Meg Holgate at 1,100. You've got 20 seconds to go to make one more bid. This is like a live auction. It is a live auction where you don't have a lot of time. You simply have to decide that you want beautiful art in your house and that you want to support MoNA, and then make a bid on anything, and it'll be great for you. You've got 10 seconds to go in our penultimate live auction group. 520 on Charles Kraft. You've got 5,750 on the McCauley, 1,000 on Joan Kirkman, 1,100 on Meg Holgate. You've got 5, 4, 3, make one final bid, 2, 1, and sold! Our 5th group of items is sold. Congratulations. Whew. Nicely done.
It sure was. Terrific, terrific. And we are down now to our final group. So, Ian, you're not going to get much of a rest here. We're going to sell our final group because we respect your time, and your time is running short, and, well, it looks like so am I. So let's get started on group number 6. Philip Levine, who has over 40 public and private commissions. Chris Elliott, exhibited in the barn shows donated by the Betty Black family collection. Again, Marius That's Marius Hibbard, Bachelor of Fine Arts degree from San Francisco Art Institute. Jeffrey Fostenson in the permanent collection of MoNA. And he's also at Mount Angel College down in Oregon. Dan Friday, member of the Lummi Nation. He works in blown glass, beautiful pieces. Steve Klein, we mentioned him, past board member, artist in residence at Pilchuck Glass School. And rounding out this august group, Alfred Currier. He's at the studio. His studio is in Anacortes and associated with the Columbus School of Art and Design. It is our final live auction group tonight. It is group number 6.
Thank you so much, Pat. And I do just want to remind people, before we sell these final packages, these final 7 live auction items, after we sell these final pieces in the live auction, we will then have the opportunity to fund the future for the future. And we get to hear from one of our very great MoNA supporters and members of the board. So, Pat, I want to mention that there are approximately 220, 230 of us gathered all together. So we're going to give you a chance to buy a few more live auction items, but then don't go away because there's one more final very important thing to do. So
that 220 people exceeds by about 150 the biggest audience I ever got for one of my radio shows. So that is really cool.
I am so glad that we could help you, Pat.
Yeah,
I really am.
It feels so good.
Yeah. So don't go away because you really don't hurt Pat's feelings. You know, we gotta. Okay.
On,
so
man.
here we go. Okay. 2 minutes is all that remains in the 2020 MoNA live auction. Now, our gala will continue, but you only have 2 minutes to go on these final pieces. So please make a bid. You've got Philip Levine's at $2,200. Chris Elliott is at $2,050. We've got Dan Friday, one of my favorites, at $1,400. If you want to purchase his piece and send it to my house, that would be fine. Steve Klein, similarly, if you want to purchase Steve's and send it to me, that would be very nice. Steve, don't buy your own piece and send it to me unless you really want to. Okay, Alfred Currier, he's at $1,040. If you want to make a bid, you only have 90 seconds to go. This is your final opportunity to make a bid. Philip Levine's at $2,200. Dan Friday at $1,400. You've got Steve at $1,450 and Alfred at $1,040. You've got Chris Elliott at $2,050. Your final opportunity to make a bid on a live auction item tonight. If you'd like to do it, now is the time to exercise your thumb. I know they're getting tired, but push through and make one final bid. You've got only 30 seconds remaining, and this is really your opportunity to have beautiful art come to your house. So $300 on the Marius Hibbard. We've got $1,450 on Steve Klein's piece. We've got $1,400 on Dan Friday. We've got $2,200 on Philip Levine's. You've only got 20 seconds left in this live auction. $1,200 on the Alfred Currier. You could still make a bid on any one of these pieces. If you'd like to do it, you only have 10 seconds remaining. So now would be a very good time to do it. We really encourage you. I'm going to give you an extra little moment here to make a bid on Philip, on Steve, on Dan, on Chris, on Marius, on Jeffrey, because this is your last chance. So you've got 5, 4, make one final bid. $360 on Marius. If you thought you were the top bidder, you just got outbid. You got to bid again. You've got 4. You've got 3. Make one final bid. Somebody's going to outbid you at the last second. Don't let it be you unless it's you. You've got 2, 1. Last chance and sold. Our live auction is finished.
Yes. Oh, that was spirited, as they say. Really fun. Good job, Ian, and thank you, everybody. You're phenomenal. You are amazing. We were understandably nervous trying this new technology approach to what would otherwise be a standard auction. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. Where people show up, they have a silent auction, everybody has a few drinks, then they eat food, have a few more drinks, then they eat dessert, have a few more drinks. And then before they are carried home, we have an auction. So this approach is different, and you've proved that it really does work only because of your willingness to participate. So big. So thank you for that. We are almost done, but this is, as Ian mentioned, time for our Fund the Future for the Future. This is arguably the most important part of this entire evening. And I would like to introduce you to a man. Ian mentioned he is on the board. He's actually the board president this time around, and he's been involved in MoNA for many, many years. His name is C.J. Ebert, and his heart for the organization is big and it is strong. Here's C.J.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Pat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to be here. I'm C.J. Ebert. I'm the current president of the board of MoNA. And I'm here this evening to reach out to you for your support for the museum going forward. Fund the Future is absolutely critical to our well-being. 50% of our operational budget comes from donations from people like you. Last year, 2019, we finished in the black. That was pretty important because the last couple of years have been difficult. This year, like everyone else, we've been faced with some challenges. However, we've done everything that we could possibly do to be lean, efficient, and do what we can. Our barn show is going to open as we speak. So tonight, I want to say to you that on behalf of the board, the staff, the docents, all the people that volunteer their time to this museum, we fully appreciate your help. And we ask of you to do whatever you can do in order to help fund our future. Without you, we would not exist. So, having said that, I'd like to wish you all a very pleasant evening, and I want to thank you for all your support that you've given us in the past. Thank you.
C.J. Ebert, thank you, sir. And so, with that wonderful prologue, let's conclude the evening with Fund the Future for the Future. Ian?
Thank you, Pat, and thank you, CJ. This, as already mentioned, really is sort of the most important part of our evening, because MoNA is such an important part of the greater Skagit Valley community and really beyond in the Pacific Northwest. We do incredible education programs like the MoNA Link, which creates a legacy of art teachers in our regional schools. And we deliver art kits to children and adults outside of the museum, working with Camp Corey and the YMCA. And we do all of the amazing art exhibitions that you all are familiar with that celebrate the rich artistic history of the past, while also being the home for many of our region and world's top artists. And it's all because of the incredible support of this community of people that work is possible. So I'm going to ask you right now if you might be able to fund the future for the future and donate at one or more of the following levels. And you can see these are the levels at $10,000 or $5,000 or $2,500, $1,000, $500, $250, $100, or $50, or honestly at any other number that makes sense for you. And you can do that in Greater Giving by clicking on the appropriate button where it says donate. But before I really ask you to do it right at this moment, I want to just let you know that we have one other really amazing piece of great news, which is a group of some of our most dedicated supporters have gotten together on this, our 28th anniversary, and contributed $28,000 in matching funds. So Christopher Matthew, your gift is going to be matched as well as all other gifts up to $28,000. So we're really hoping that you will give us $28,000 and it will be matched. Jen, oh, thank you so much, is giving $100, and that we will match it and we will exceed $60,000, or $56,000. So here we go. People are already giving, and I'm just going to thank Steve Klein and Catherine Kilhane. If you can contribute. Jackie, thank you so much for that contribution. Jackie. And Pat, sorry, say that again. Did you say?
Well, I was thanking Jackie too. That's incredible. $400.
And look at this. Somebody has just contributed $10,000 in an anonymous bid. Thank you to whomever you are. God. Anonymously, we are so grateful. And we get to match that gift with a community match as well. An anonymous donor doing $2,000. Thank you so very, very much. If you're able to help us right now and make a contribution, Patty, thank you for that gift of $100. Thank you so much. Pat, you want to thank people.
Yeah, Susan Porter, look at that, $1,000. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Susan, so much. And I want to just say also that it's okay if you want to donate, and then if you want to thank people in the chat, you can see that people are saying, thank you. Kathleen Falker says, Christopher Matthew with a lot of exclamation points. Marge Bickle Bitter, thank you so much at $3,000. Thank you, Marge. We're so grateful. And we get to match that from our community match pool as well of 20. We're up at $30,000 in our Fund the Future for the Future. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Marge. We're so grateful. If anybody else is able to help us, we would love to have a donation right now so that we can match it. CJ, thank you at $1,000. Our board president is contributing $1,000. Lanny Bergner at $500. Thank you so much.
That's great.
And Marguerite Paul at $100. Thank you. We get to match those gifts as well with our community match. We would love to keep heading towards $56,000. If you're able to make a donation right now, we would be so grateful. Is there anybody else at any number? Brenda, thank you. Brenda is a member of the staff at MoNA. Our staff members are contributing. Carrie Allen at $500. Thank you so much. Oh, we are so grateful. And Lanny Bergner just upped his own gift by another $500. You're allowed to do that, by the way. You can just give multiple times. It's totally okay. We are at $33,100. Susan Christensen at $250. And we can match that gift. Thank you so much. We're so grateful. Pat, sorry, I know I'm just talking because I get excited. You thank some people, please.
Well, I want to thank Richard Nash, for example, and Lucy Maymay Van Zanden. You may give us $100. Thank you very much. That's fantastic. The giving doesn't quit, though. There's Erlene Beckas and Kevin Haberly.
Wait, Pat, I'm sorry. I have to thank Erlene and Kevin. Erlene, Kevin, it is so good to see you. They have been so kind to me at previous MoNA auctions. And Erlene and Kevin, I miss you. So thank you for your generosity. It's very great to see those.
$500 from them tonight.
Yes. If there's anybody else who's able to make a contribution right now, we want to match your gifts with our community match. And I do want to point out that we are going to allow, Alex Free, $500. We're at $35,000 in our raise the paddle. Erlene wants me to add $500. Erlene, I don't know how we do that, but we can do it. That's fine. Somebody, I'm getting a note in my other ear that says Erlene wants to add 500. We can do that for you, Erlene. We're so grateful. Thank you. And also, I want to let you know what I was about to say is that this Raise the Paddle and our Fund the Future for the Future is going to stay open.
Right.
And so if there's anyone who's not here this evening who wasn't able to come, Lisa says 100 from her if it didn't go through. She's in the chat. But as I was saying, you can send out the link to Greater Giving so that anyone can make a donation in the coming days. I think we're going to leave this open throughout the weekend, and that way people can help us reach this very important goal that we are trying to get. We are at $37,000 on our way. Karen Dunlap, thank you for your incredible generosity at $250. And I know, Pat, that we have to, as you said, be so respectful of people's time. We have all over 100 screens are still hanging out and watching as all of this generosity pours in.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And let's keep playing the match game for a little longer, I say.
Well, okay.
So close.
Let's do it.
As you said, we will continue to do this through tomorrow. The silent auction is also going to be open until midnight tomorrow, the 13th.
Correct. And Erlene, she just found a way to give another $500. Erlene, you are so kind. I just want to tell you, Erlene and Kevin's house is an art gallery, like so many of these people, and I'm imagining it right now. Before we conclude, there's one more thing we have to do, which is give away one more prize.
Yeah,
we're going to give away the same amazing prize, which is a private tour for 4 of the Barn Show in our final Paint the Night game. So if you can get this emoji into the chat, here is your chance to win for 4 a private tour of the Barn Show, because we love MoNA and so many people do. First person to put it in, Catherine, you are the winner. And she's got the heart for MoNA. Robin and Candace and Lucy May, big ol' heart. Could you all put hearts for MoNA into our chat? Anybody? Susan Park, she can't make her donation and she wants help. Somebody will help you, Susan, we promise. We'll help you make that donation. If
yes,
anybody
we will.
else... Yeah, oh, and Terry, thank you for that incredible gift. We're so grateful. And as Pat said, the silent auction is still open. I also want to point out that the live auction is also still open and will continue to be open until tomorrow night at midnight. Of any piece that didn't sell during the live, you can make a bid. And I highly recommend that if you bid on any piece that didn't sell during this very brief window of our live show, that you use the bid more function, because people will continue to bid on those pieces until midnight tomorrow night. I just want to say thank you so much to all of the incredible MoNA community for being here this evening and for doing our live auction and for contributing. We're almost at $40,000. And now, Pat, I'm going to turn it over back to you for the final good night. Thank you all so much. It's been truly an honor to be part of the MoNA auction again this year.
Thank you, Ian. Superb work. You're terrific. And what a lovely evening, everybody. It is, of course, true. You could have been doing just about anything else this evening. You could have been, I don't know, sitting around, reading the newspaper, watching TV. Some good stuff on Netflix right now. But you eschewed all of that to be with us virtually here tonight. And what a difference you have made for MoNA. We thank you very much. Now, if I was you, I would get up out of my chair, assuming you were in a chair, and do a little exercise. Here are 5 exercises that I always recommend. Jump to conclusions, fly off the handle, carry things too far, dodge responsibility, and push your luck. You do all 5 of those exercises, you're going to be in terrific shape. Well, if you'll excuse me now, thank you again for being here. I got to go get my ride. It is, as I said earlier, down in Cle Elum, so I got a long walk. Take care of yourself, everybody. We'll see you next time.
I got to say one more thing.
Virtually or for real. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you. And Pat, I'm sorry, I have to say one more thing because Tom Bucknell gave $1,000 and I forgot to say it. Yeah, yes, he did. Thank you. Okay, Tom, thank you for your amazing generosity at $1,000. We're so grateful. Good night. Hey. Are we in the post show?